Good morning, all. Welcome to Wake Up with Spurs. We have our first major bomber of the summer. I'm a bit late to the party, but listen, I've arrived at some point, and that's all that matters. Already feels like old news, doesn't it? As fans, we want to move on. Okay, that's that one done. Let's move on to the next. But it is still breaking, right? He hasn't even signed yet. Medical apparently has been booked for today. We will see when it actually breaks. Until he's officially holding the shirt up, I'm not going to get too excited, though it's hard not to. £85 million on Matez Fernandez. We have smashed our transfer record. And are we going to go more? Are we going to go bigger in the next 24 to 48 hours? Reports suggest that Spurs are about to tie up Tonali as well. It will revamp our midfield. And suddenly, as Spurs fans, we have something to get excited about, right? Defense sorted. We've done that. Back to front. Yes, the keeper needs maybe a dressing later on down the line. But defensively sorted, if we get Tonali over the line as well as Fernandez, we are absolutely done in midfield. And then we can look forward to the attacking areas. And if we can improve that, the sky's the limit for this club. All we've ever wanted as a fan base, right, is for Enoch to take the team on the pitch seriously. Listen, they've got a long way to go, but it's a start, and maybe it's a start of better things for Spurs and us fans. It can't get any worse, right? Two 17th place finishes in a row. It cannot get any worse. We have to be looking up. And I feel with this signing, I know we signed Van Hecker as well for 52 million, which is a great signing, by the way. But it feels like this signing, if it happens, which it looks like it's going to, is the first of a change at Spurs. Like I say, smashing our transfer record, £20 million more. And I have to do this. Anyone who's seen it, Mark Goldbridge, who lost his mind regarding Spurs. And this is just for you, Mark. I know you won't watch me. I'm a small creator, but that's just for you, my friend. He did say that signing Fernandez from Spurs was like taking a bone from a puppy. Well, you're absolutely right, mate. It was like taking a bone from a puppy. We have absolutely schooled you, and I love every minute of it. Good morning, guys. How you doing? I have finished my little rant. Let's say hello to the chat. It is all about you guys. Um, what a great morning to be a Spurs fan. Let's hope it gets better. And the first one in this morning, Pete Chambers says, "Good morning, Nigel and chat. You guys must be buzzing. Big signing, which shows they are serious. I just think he might not be the player you think, but I could be talking absolute utter guff." Well, I hope you are, Pete, but morning to you, mate. Listen, big money signings, you never know, right? You never know. But one thing I have to say with Fernandez is he has got experience, right? He has played the last two seasons in the Premier League, albeit both sides have gone down. But listen, that's not on him, right? That is not on him. He's I think he's everything we're looking for in a midfielder. I really wanted Polinia to sign. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. And it feels like Fernandez is a younger, updated version. It's like a Polinia 2.0, in my opinion. I love Polinia, absolutely love him. But I feel like I'm going to love Fernandez even more. He's got that bite, he's got that tackle on him, but he can also drive with the ball, get the ball forward, and he scores the odd goal as well. So I'm really excited to see Fernandez in a Spurs shirt. Like I say, touching wood, I just hope it happens. Nothing has been made official yet. And until he's holding that shirt, I will reserve judgment. But listen, it's hard not to get excited, right? We have had an £85 million bid accepted. And he's on his way to Tottenham. He's on his way to Tottenham. Big up to you, Pete. Rodney's in. Said, morning up the Spurs. Good morning to you, Rodney. Yeah, listen, it's great news. It's great news. And hopefully the start of something more. We got the BOMBA yesterday. Great news. Let's hope we get another one today. And I'm being greedy. Listen, I'm a Spurs fan. I'm a fan. We've got one through the door. I want us to get another now, and then another, and then another, and then another. I don't want us to stop. I want us to keep going because The last 2 seasons in the Premier League, for us Spurs fans, has been an absolute embarrassment, and that needs to change. And I've just got a feeling under De Zerbi, it is gonna change. I really do hope. Let's hope it does, guys. Kate's in. Nige, good morning. Hope you're well this morning, lovely. I am. I'm fantastic. I'm absolutely tickety boo. I hope you are too, Kate. Listen, start of hopefully good things. Like I say, if Fernandez comes through the door today and it's official, that's our 5th summer signing. How many more do we need? For me, I'd like another 5, but if we can get another 3 through the door, so if we will get another Tonali or a Tonali, and then a left winger and a striker, I think that would be a fantastic window. If I'm being greedy, I'd like another number 10. I'd like another right winger, possibly another right back if Spence goes. But listen, fantastic window so far. As Spurs fans, we cannot complain. Kate saying big up to Pete. And Pete saying a big up to Kate as well. Hotspur Flicks is in. Saying morning all. Good morning to you, mate. I hope you're well. Guys, if you haven't, get over to Hotspur Flicks and smash a sub for him. And he says, so another signing. What's going on? I know, it's crazy, mate. It's crazy. And listen, we're right as fans to reserve judgment, right? This is, for me, is a really good signing. But we're not going to know until he's in a Spurs shirt. And we do like to go to relegated clubs, don't we? And pick off their assets. It's what we do best is Tottenham. Now we've got to go to Premier League clubs and pick off their assets. That for me would show real intent. But let's see what we do. Razzle's in, saying morning, Nige. Good morning to you, Razzle. I hope you're well. Kate saying, talking to Pete. Wembers is in, saying morning, Nige, and all in the chat. Great signing yesterday, but let's hope Enoch continue to show they mean business, finally, by sealing more deals. This goes to show how much Levy held the club back for years. Absolutely, Wembers, you're totally right. And it just goes to show that Tottenham can do it when they want to. When they really want to go out and do it, they can. My concern is that still we haven't got it over the line, right? And if any of you have seen Man United channels, they are in meltdown. And I am concerned that United may come in and go, okay, yeah, we'll give you the same as Spurs. And then he has a choice. We need to get this deal done, wrapped up, and get him through the door, lock the doors, don't let him out, close all the toilet windows, and keep him in until he signs a contract. Until that's done, I'm still going to be nervous. It's what we are as Spurs fans, right? Jimmy's in, saying big up Nige and the chat. Good morning, big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you're well. Paul Clarkson, big up Paul, says morning Nige. In the words of Janine in Ghostbusters, we've got one. What a film. And yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to do her impression, but it's great news, isn't it? If it gets through the door. I'm still, like I say, I'm still nervous about it, but let's just get it done. I want to see him in that Spurs shirt. I want to see that first interview with him at Tottenham. Razzle laughing. Drula is in. Morning, Nigel, in the chat. Hope you're all well. Good morning to you, Drula. I hope you're good. How you feeling about this signing? Should it go through? Which hopefully it will. Exciting times to be a Spurs fan, I think. If we can now add another midfielder and a couple of attacking players that really take that forward line forward. The sky's the limit next season for Spurs. I'm not saying we're going to win titles, but suddenly from finish 17th 2 seasons in a row, we're looking at it and thinking, if we get the players we want, if we really go out and spend big, then who knows? Maybe a Champions League finish isn't entirely out of the question. Razzle said 5 players in, maybe 6 before pre-season. That's a first. Yeah, maybe, mate. I'm being greedy. I want 8 before pre-season, but that's just me. I want to see us done. I want to see us done and ready to go for pre-season. And maybe with another sprinkling towards the end of the window. But there's a lot to do for Spurs yet. A lot to do. Jimmy says new signing, good. Now go get a left winger, CDM, and 2 strikers minimum. Yeah, listen, I agree, Jimmy. I think that's asking a bit much. I think if we get another midfielder, a left winger and a striker. I think that's a fantastic window. And then maybe we can look to get another striker next summer. Um, Listen, I still love to get like an Agalushin. I know it looks like he's going to PSG, but why would you go to PSG to sit on the bench? I don't understand it. He'd be a starter for Spurs for me. Seven Sisters Road says, "What a great morning chat! Absolutely, big up to you." Um, Listen, it's a great day to be a Spurs fan. Let's hope it gets even better and we sign Tonali. We get the here we go for Tonali today. Imagine if we get the here we go for Tonali today as well. I'm not quite sure what happened in the Spurs fan base. I think our heads might explode. Imagine the live shows. They will be all day. Everyone will be streaming. It will be crazy. I think it might happen as well. Got to be honest. I think we might get the here we go for Tonali today. I've just got a feeling. Ghosted is in. Send big up, Nige. Come on, you effing Spurs. Big up to you, Ghosted. Great news. Great news. Let's just get it done. Razzle said, I think Newcastle getting a replacement in before teams know they have money to spend. This could be the case. But of course, it is July the 1st today, and everyone's been telling me July the 1st, that's when the transfers will happen because it's the start of the new football financial year. We will see. We will see. And did we get yesterday's transfer over the line? Was it last year's financial year? And this year we have a free run with no money spent so far. I don't know. We will see. We will see. But listen, let's get it over the line first. Razzle says, I think they got burned on Walter Maida and Visser because teams know how much they sold Isak for, quite possibly. I do like Visser, though. I think he's a top player. We'll see him tonight, of course, against England. Jane Ketley's in. Big up, Jane. Says, good morning, Nigel. All in the chat. Good morning to you, Jane. I hope you're well. And guys, how are we all feeling about this potential signing? Right, we have got the here we go. We have got the here we go. It looks like it's happening. Again, like I've said, until he's actually through the door, I'm not going to get too excited. It is hard not to. We've got to keep our feet on the ground. But what a great signing if it happens. I've been one of those people who've just been watching clips on him, and he just looks like the perfect all-round midfielder to me, and exactly what we've been looking for. And he's only 21. Perfect signing for Spurs. Um, this is the difference, right? Fernandez, 21, Prem proven, comes into the Spurs side, instantly makes us better. Yet some fans want to keep Bergval, who has been awful. For me, sell him, get rid. And this is again for me something we really need to do over the next couple of weeks. Like we need to get players out. Great bringing players in, but we need to get players out. Players need to be sold, and we've got a bloated squad. There's no good just harvesting all these players, and we got to make some tough calls. And that means we might lose players that we don't want to sell. I don't want Madison to go, but he may go. And if he does, absolutely fine. I want this team to improve. I want this team to get better. And it means we're going to have to sell players that maybe we don't want to sell, but we'll see what happens. Liston's in saying it's a good morning. I've been sipping United tears with my coffee for the last hour, and United copium is in full force. Yeah, I've been reading it all on Twitter this morning. How did he don't want to pay 85 million for a player that's been relegated twice? What a waste of money. We've spent far too much apparently. Yeah, it's only 24 hours ago that United were so confident that they were going to get him. It is what it is. Listen, we will see what happens. Ghosted says money talks. It absolutely does. Pay up for Tonali ASAP. I think it absolutely proves, right? Money does talk. For years and years, we've been saying, "Oh, Spurs can't get that player. We're not a big enough club." We absolutely could get any player we want, in my opinion, because it's all about the money. Offer the money, and players will come. I'm not talking about the elite of the elite. Of course, we're not going to get them. But if we offer the right money and the right package to players, Tottenham are a pool. There is no doubt about it. We're a huge club with huge potential. We just haven't fulfilled that potential. over the last 10, 15, 25 years because we haven't been prepared to spend the money where we should. Well, it looks like that's changing, and thank the Lord for that. It's a great day to be a Spurs fan. Let's hope it gets better. Guys, if you've just come in, do me the absolute honor, smashing that like, hitting the subscribe button as well. Subscribers have been brilliant over the last, well, since Saturday morning, really. I've hit nearly 40 subs. I'm nearly at 1.7. If you could help me get over the line, I'd be really appreciative. And if you want to support some more, buy me a coffee there in the corner. The link is pinned in the chat. But as I always say, it's all about just liking the stream because it pushes me out to more people, and subscribing if you haven't. Seven Sisters Rose says should go back to the spammers for Somerville. Listen, I'm not sure about Somerville. I think he can be a really good player, but for me, I would love a Gakpo out wide down on the left. I know he's not a wide left player. He's not a player that hugs the touchline. He's more of a sunny type inside forward. Um, I'd love a Gakpo there. I'd love a Marmouche. Um, get these players in. But right now, listen, I just want to spend money. I'm greedy. I want us to spend money and bring players in. Ghost is saying West Ham gave Fernandez permission to do a medical yesterday. I reckon it gets announced soon. Yeah, I reckon he's already at Spurs. I reckon the medicals, if it's not been done, it's being done. You know what they're like. They need to get all the social media out the way. I think we get the announcement today. If we don't, if it gets to like 4 or 5 o'clock and no announcement has happened, I think as Spurs fans, we will start to slowly lose our minds, but we will see what happens. Let's hope. Let's hope it happens today, guys. I'm excited but nervous. Paul Clark says Man United are out of the picture. West Ham had to get the agreement done by the 30th of the 6th. If they change clubs, they won't have the money for the accounting year. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Listen, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's hope they are out of the picture. Spurs need to get it done. Fernandez wants to stay in London. His wife apparently wants to stay in London as well. They don't have to move house. It's a great move for everyone. I think as Spurs fans, we are going to fall in love with this guy. I really do. He is everything, right? That we are looking at in a midfour and a midfielder. We've got a mishmash of midfielders at the moment that all do something quite good, but not everything good. Whereas Fernandez does everything well. He is good at everything, and he is the all-round midfielder for me, and he is still young. He's only going to get better, and for me, that is really, really exciting as a Spurs fan. The sky's the limit for Tottenham. Listen, we are well short in other areas. It's not done. We have a lot to do, but what a great signing if it happens. Ghost is saying all them West Ham trolls. Thanks for Kudus and Fernandez. Yeah, I'm reading a lot of West Ham tears as well. That apparently we've given them like 150 million for nothing. Well, we've got your two best players from the last 2 seasons, so we're quite happy with that. We are quite happy with that. Andy Bay says, morning, Nigel and chat. Another bomber today with Tonali. Come on, you Spurs. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely brilliant, Andy. Seven Sisters Rose says, realistically, guys, we ain't going to get it all done in one window. Absolutely. No, and this is what we got to remember, right? And this is why I think the likes of a Dubravka and an Andy Robertson, I think are really good signings, right? Because they fill a hole for a year or 2 years, right? And then we could improve them later on down the line. Imagine if we had gone out and spent 70 million on a left back, fantastic. And then we've got no money to improve that attacking area, which is so important that we improve. For me, good solid signings, get them in. They can do a job for a year or two, and then we can re-look into that in a couple of years. For me, absolutely perfect. But it's not all going to get done in one window. By the end of the window, there is no doubt there'll be areas we'll be talking about. It's like, oh, we're still short there. But listen, it's a great start, right? It's an absolutely great start. The Hotspur Hood's in. Big up, Danny. I hope you are, mate. It says money talks. There's the evidence. 100%, mate. 100%. And it's proof that Spurs can attract the top players. And listen, I'm not saying Fernandez is top, but there's no doubt, we were against a juggernaut of a team in United, and usually United win those battles. But Spurs, for once, said, no, bang, there's the money. We're ready to pay it. And it just goes to show Tottenham are a pull for any player. I think for any player of that level, of course, like I say, we're not going to be signing Mbappe and players like that, but it's evidence that we can attract good players. Paul G's in, said if Tonali gets done, we're dreaming. You're streaming. Happy days. Come on, you Spurs. I like that. I like that, Paul G. And absolutely, listen, it's a great day to be a Spurs fan. And I'm being greedy. It could get even better yet. I think this week could end fantastic for us Spurs fans. And if we can get Tonali in and maybe another within the next week or so, listen, we are moving, and we are moving in the right direction. Right, we couldn't get any worse, right? Um, Paul G says, like, deploy. Thank you very much, mate. And listen, I've said it, and I know other streamers have said it as well. This whole going down last season, right? The fact that we stayed up by the skin of our teeth, and we were an Everton goal away from possibly going down. The fact that we stayed up by the skin of our teeth on the last day of the season, we couldn't get any more lucky, right? And Enoch have to wake up, and they had to wake up and say things need to change, or we could lose billions. We cannot do that again. And finally, it looks like they have woken up and thought, okay, we might have to invest in this club. We might have to invest 200, 300, 4 million, 400 million pound into the team to save ourselves 2 billion, and it looks like that's happening. And I think it's perfect, right? It's perfect. We can't ever finish in that position again. I don't ever think we will. I think, if we were ever going to go down, it was last season. I think we'd be absolutely fine now. Listen, that may come up to blow me in the face, but listen, we will see. We will see. That really sounded wrong. Grant's in. Big up Grant, says, love people saying paid well over the top. Who cares? As long as we can afford the attackers. If we can, I'd overpay another 20 million. Exactly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. They're not going to pay my rent. They're not going to pay my mortgage. They're not going to pay my water bill. I don't care what Spurs spend. I just want us to be successful. It's kind of a salty thing, isn't it? That other fans say, oh, they pay well over the odds for him. He's not worth it. I don't care. It's not my money. Like you say, as long as we got enough for the players that we need, then why not? And we should have, right? Because we have players that we're selling, hopefully. Players that we can get out. We can raise 200 million in sales. I mean, how much do you think we got left to spend, guys? Because for me, we've spent what, 100, close to 135 million at the moment with Fernandez and Van Heck. How much more? 200 million? That means if we get Tonali for 90 million, we might have like 100 million left. 50 million on a striker, 50 million on a winger. And then if we sell 200 million pounds worth of players, we've got 100 million net spend. Is that right? Or 150? We've got plenty of money to spend. Let's just go out there and do it. Andrew's in, said, I'm rather enjoying having our pants pulled down with these transfers. Absolutely. I love the copium of the other fans from different teams. They are starting to get scared by Tottenham, maybe. Listen, like I say, there's a lot of work to do, especially in those attacking areas. But I love the fact that we have started from back to front, and we are sorting out our issues. And it's good to see. Grant says, great signing, shows a bit of ambition if we continue to push for others too, which is what we all begged for. Absolutely. 100%. It's what we wanted as Spurs fans, right? And we're getting it. We cannot complain. I'm sure there'll be some fans who will still moan about this, but listen, for me, not me. I'm loving every minute of it. I really do. Ghost is saying, Levy out. Well, he's gone. He's gone. And look, we are moving different. Drula said the chemistry is building. Romero, Senesi, Van der Ven, Van Heck, Porro, Fernandez. If we get Tonali and a doggy, we will see. You got a good point now. You got a good point there, Drula. Whether Romero stays or not, there is another question, right? Let's see what happens with that one. It's going to be an interesting one with Romero because apparently now he wants to stay. Van Hecker, though, has been brought in as his replacement. He is De Zerbi's man. I think Romero goes. I think he has to. I think he has to for the sake of the club because I don't think we can move forward with him still there, personally. Jimmy says double T will become triple T tonight with, in my opinion, that Thomas Tuchel tinkering. He won't play our strongest team, Jimmy. If we don't play our strongest team tonight, I think we go out. I think England have been absolutely shocking so far in the World Cup. So for me, we have to play our strongest side. I don't rate England at the moment, guys. I'm not sure how you feel. I know it's typically England. We are slow starters, but it's not been a good watch so far. Andy says, Nige, people saying cost too much. He's only 21. In 3 years, he could be worth 120 mil. And and it's about time we spent 100%, mate. He is nowhere near his peak. We could have him for 5 years and sell him for 150 million pounds. You know, this is the perfect signing for everyone. Tottenham are loving it. They're like 85 million. That's an absolute snip. Because if it continues the way he is, he'd be worth double that in 5 years' time and be in his prime and we can sell him. Listen, there's no brainer for me. Absolutely great signing. Golden Sun's in saying, come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. And Drula says, a Villa fan saying yesterday we should have relegated them. I'm loving the meltdowns. Absolutely. They're in fear of us. We are a scary team and we are on the up, hopefully. Golden Sun says Morgan Gibbs White is my number one. I would love Morgan Gibbs White at Spurs. I really hope it happens. But at the moment, there's been no link with him, is there, this summer? So we will see. Hopefully, we can do a little Bergvall deal and see how it goes. Obviously, Bergvall went out with Sweden last night. France, wow, they look good, don't they? The French, they absolutely battered them. Could have been 7 or 8. It was it was a really impressive French performance. Ghost has said, I think the first 11 gets fixed this window. We've needed a left winger and striker since last summer. Surely it gets fixed this window. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully it gets fixed this window. I don't see that we do not improve that left wing, right? We have to. I know De Zerbi is a fan of Tal, but we need better. We need better quality. I think that gets sorted this summer. 100% we need a striker. This is the worst Tottenham front line I have seen in my Tottenham supporting history. And that's well over 45 years. So listen, we will see what happens, but hopefully it will. There's no good sorting everything else out and leaving the front, right? Because it's like buying a Ferrari and putting a Skoda engine in. We have to improve that front area. But let's see. The Stoic is in. Big up the Stoic says Man United was 70 million plus 15 million in add-ons. We offered 85 million cash. What is a refreshing change. Great to see Goldridge very, very angry, to quote him. Yeah. Yeah. And as I've already put, love this a bit of Goldridge. It is like taking a bone from a puppy, my friend. It really is. Love every minute of it. It's good to see. Ghost is saying, Golderson, I would love Morgan Gibbs White to sign for us, mate. Yeah, listen, he'd be a great signing, wouldn't he? He'd be a great signing. Going through the chat. Cookie is in. Morning to all. Morning, Nige, mate. Good morning to you, Cookie. I hope you're well, buddy. I will be passing you over to the 2 marks in half an hour. Ghost is saying spending 400 million compared to money we would have lost going down is like pennies to them. Not absolutely. And finally, and this is what I mean. The fact that we flirted so hard with relegation, as much as it's a nightmare and it was an awful season, if we had finished 12th or 13th, I'm not sure the board would have been doing this much. I think we would have probably done just enough again. The fact that we were so close, it must have been. There must have been a lot of dirty pants in that boardroom over the last couple of weeks. And listen, they've saved themselves billions. We need to now spend millions to get this team right and get it up the table where we should be. But we will see. Ghost is saying hello to Cookie, and Pete saying hello to Cookie as well, and Kate as well. So, guys, are we happy with the signing of Fernandez? I'm guessing we all are. And what's next? Who would we like to see come in next? Obviously, Tonali, but who else? Who else are we looking at bringing in that's really going to improve this first team? I actually think we've done some good squad building this summer as well with the defenders that we brought in. I think we've done really, really well. Let's see who else we buy. Razzle says, I think we buy Tonali and then possibly have to sell to buy. I'm kind of with you on that. At some point, we need to start selling players, right? We can't spend over £200 million and not sell anyone. Because as far as I'm aware, the only player who's actually left, first team squad player, is Basuma, and that was because his contract ran out. Don't think we've actually sold anyone. I know Beliz is gone and some youngsters, but I'm talking first team squad players. Nobody's left as yet. So we have to start selling players. The Stoic says no add-ons is great business, no bonus to pay out later or sell on clause for any future sell. Proper negotiating for once. Absolutely. I hate all this, sell-ons and add-ons and it is what it is. It takes time, doesn't it? And Spurs, maybe they were looking at doing that and they thought, actually, to get this deal done, we're going to have to hit it and hit it hard. And they've done that. They've got it over the line. Let's just hope he signs. Guys, as I've already said, 8 of you in the house, smash a like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Really would appreciate it. Grant says, I think there was easily 200 plus million now. Plus sales 100 million plus. There was no way to Robert De Zerbi says yes to spend 200 million on 2 central midfielders if he doesn't have enough to get the top attackers in. I just don't see it. So we definitely have more. I agree 100%. I think we could spend a lot of money this summer and hopefully we will. Seacoach, big up Seacoach, says it only cost us 75 million because Man United gave us 11 million in that NLC court case. Fair play. Then even better. Ghost has said, I think we finally found out that war chest was fine. That war chest that they were talking about for all those years. Yes, that war chest has been sat there, hasn't it? For years and years and years. Finally, it looks like somebody found the key and opened it. And we're spending some money, and it's good to see. Nita's in. Big up, Nita. Says, good morning, all. Apart from Beliz, we have sold. Have we sold anyone else? I don't think we have. Literally just said it. Great minds. I don't think we have sold anyone else. We really need to start selling some players now. Hopefully we will. Jessica's in. Big up, Jess. Says Romero has to go. He's part of the problem. Toxic guy. Doesn't play for the badge. First priority is Argentina, then himself. Shh, don't tell Mia. Don't tell Mia. But I agree. And I think Mia would as well. Listen, Romero, for me, he's been a great servant to the club. It's been fun to watch at times, but he has let us down. There's no doubt in his ability, but I think we need to move on now. Sometimes you have to sell some of your best players to move on. I think this is the case for Romero. I think he's run his race and we need reliability. And hopefully Van Hecker will give us that. Razzle said it was the loose change down the back of the Enoch sofa. Absolutely was. And Ghosted here saying, France are winning this World Cup. They looked stunning, didn't they, last night? Watched the first half and they blew them away. Sweden were not bad, but French going forward, Alessi and Mbappe and wow, absolutely brilliant. Rain's in, big up Rain, says last summer and January we only spent 160 million. We should be investing 200 million minimum in new players for the squad every season. So right now we are playing catch up. Absolutely. Like I say, I think we could probably spend 350 million comfortably, maybe even 400 million and not have any issues with PSR whatsoever. And of course, with getting the players out as well, we can raise 150 to 200 million on player sales, then it's good times for Tottenham. Darren's in. Big up Darren, says we have never been a good team in tournaments. We had better squad of players and been shit at taking it to the top teams and eventually adapt to counter-attacking football. Listen, for me, England are just not fun to watch at all. Does it matter if we win the World Cup? Of course it doesn't. We'd all take it, right? We'd all take nil-nil stinkers and winning by the odd goal or penalty shootout. But listen, this is by far the best England side. I'm sorry, by far not the best England side I've seen in many, many years. But while we have a Kane, while we have a Bellingham, there is a chance we can go, go further. I still think quarterfinals, we may lose. Mexico will be a tough game if we go through. And of course, Mexico goes through. Kate says, Rain, Corey's Rain, good morning. And Ghost is saying, I heard we offered West Ham half up front. That's what I've heard. I've heard we've paid half of it in cash. Boom, done. Um, so we will see. Razzle says, how much is fair value would we take for Romero? What? I don't know, guys. You tell me. How much would you take for Romero? For me, if we got 45 million, I'd be more than happy with that. What do we pay for him? About that? 42, something like that. So if we got 45 million for Romero, I will snap your hand off. If I'm honest, listen, I think he's probably worth 60 plus as a footballer. But because he has his misdemeanors, because he lets you down so much, and because Spurs want rid, I think we may have to go slightly lower. I heard Mia and Danny having a conversation about it yesterday. Danny was very much like, take what you can get. Mia was like, no, we have to take as much as we can. Kind of agree with both, really. But at the end of the day, we need to get players out. If Romero's not part of our future and we don't get offers that we want, we have to accept what we get, right? So we will see. We will see. Rain says, Darren, please avoid shouting with all the caps. It is one of them, isn't it? You read a message with all capitals. You feel like you have to say it louder. It is what it is, but big up to Darren. Tom's in saying, Ghosted is like we are helping out our broke brother. It does feel a little bit like that, doesn't it? West Ham, you've gone down again. You've gone down. There you go. There's some money. Don't spend it all at once. Tom saying, Marmouche. I would love Marmouche. I would love Morgan Gibbs White. Both of them top players for me. I think Marmouche. I think we could get him for around 45 million. I think he would light up the lane. He's that kind of player. I don't think we've seen the best of him at City. I think he's a really technically gifted footballer, and he's the kind of player that I would love to see in a Spurs shirt. But we will see. Ghosted saying they've rejected bids for Vuskovic and Bergvall. We must not be that desperate for cash, or they would have cashed in. I still think Vuskovic goes. I'm not sure about Bergvall. Obviously, it depends on Tonali, right? If Tonali comes in as well, there's no future for Bergvall here in the immediate. So we either let him go out on loan or we sell him. Personally, I just sell him. I would just sell him. I don't see a future for Bergvall at Spurs. And listen, he may go on and do great things at another club. But these top clubs, these Chelsea, as I said it before, Chelsea go out and sign 7, 8, 9 youngsters, and maybe only one of them hits. The rest they sell. It is what it is. It's football, right? We cannot keep hold of these young players and keep hold of them and be like, no, we're not letting them go ever. At some point, we need to let them go. And for me, Bergvall hasn't done it in the 2 years he's been here. I'd let him go. That's just me, guys. That's just me. And Vuskovic the same. He's never kicked a Premier League football, and he may become a great player. But if we can get 50 million, I take it and reinvest. We need to get players in for the now. And listen, we got an academy, right? We got talented academy players. Let's bring them through. We buy so many players from foreign countries, and for me, listen, if we can get 100 million for both of those two youngsters, I'd personally take it. Logan's in. So morning, Nige, mate. Big up to the chat. I hope all is well this morning. Big up to you, Logan. I hope you're well, buddy. How you feeling about Fernandez coming in? I'm guessing you're as excited as all of us, right? Drula says backline done, midfield getting done. Next, wingers. Then comes Balogun. Yeah, a lot of people talking about Balogun. Ghosted though. He said, please, not Balogun. I'm going to be honest. I've not seen enough of him. I've not seen enough of him to really make that judgment. But listen, some fans want him, some fans don't. Balogun, the ex-Arsenal player, of course, he is an ex-Arsenal player. But listen, if he comes in and smashes it, then that's even better. That's even more rubbing Arsenal's nose in it, isn't it? Ghost is saying Balogun is Richie, but in League One, again, I've not seen enough, so I don't know. UK Darren says 85 million. Laugh out loud. Listen, I'm one of those, like many Spurs fans, don't care how much it costs. We get the players in. I really, really don't care. Cookie says, don't forget these paintings, the heirlooms have been sold. Absolutely. And of course, they've already pumped in £100 million into the club. Of course, we don't know how much of that is going on transfers. It is going into different areas of the club. So we will see. But there's no doubt we have money to spend. And I think we're showing it already, aren't we? We are showing it already. Guys, if you haven't, please do me the honor of liking the stream, subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification. Thank you to the 2 people who have subbed today. I'm 14 subs away from 1.7k. If you could help me get there, that would be absolutely amazing. I've lost my place in the chat. I want to sack the board. It says, what's popping? Isn't it ironic? Romero leaves the year. We are finally ambitious. Yes. Listen, for me, as I've said, Romero has to go. I think it's time to move on. We will see. Maybe Romero stays. I don't know. But big up to you. I want to sack the board. I agree. I agree. Drula says, Razzle, yet we made contact with his entourage. The Stoic says Bergvall is in De Zerbi's plans. Let's support his choices 100% and see what this exciting new journey takes us. No more club buys or sales. Please. Listen, I've said it and I say it again. It's always about supporting the manager now. As long as we back the manager, whoever it is, then I've got no complaints. Do I want Bergvall? No. I don't see where he gets in. I don't see where he gets in. But listen, is maybe the manager's got bigger plans. Maybe he's looking to sell Sarr. Maybe he's looking to sell Bentancur. Maybe he's looking to sell Gray. Who knows? I don't know. If he wants to keep Bergvall, then fine. You know, I will support it. Personally, I'd be looking to get rid. But listen, that's just me. Ghost says, I'll be furious if we waste money on another shit striker. Already done 120 million on Richie and Solanke. Go and drop the money on a top striker instead of messing around. Goals win games. 100%. We can have the best attacking defense and midfield in world football, but if we can't score, we're not going to win, right? So the trouble is, the striker market is thin. I'm thinking about strikers we could bring in, and if the best we're coming up with is Balogun, then I'm concerned. I've got to be honest. I'm concerned. We will see what comes of this summer. UK Darren fan says, let's hope it's not relegation number 3. Laugh at. I think we'll be all right, UK Darren. I really do. I think if ever we were going to go down, it was going to be last season. I think we will buy ourselves into a better position this year. Razzle said, I'd rather take Evan Nilsson. His pressing and link-up play is very underrated. I like him. I think he's maybe a little bit erratic in front of goal sometimes, but I do like him. Jess says, who is a top striker? Very few around now. This is true. This is where the scouts come in, though, right? Good scouting brings in good players. Have we got it in us to get out there and do some good scouting, though? I'm not so sure, but we will see. Magic's in. Big up, Magic. Says Mexico have our pants down in the following round. Possibly. You know, I think they've only lost 2 games in I don't know how many. A lot. So it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game, but we got to get through this one first. Let's see what happens. Ghost said, Jessica, we could get Osman for 100 million. I mean, that would be nice. If we're talking big money, we're talking, you know, big buys. Osman would be the one, right? Razzle said Osman is my dream striker. Yeah, it would be a great signing. It really would. Ghost said spending 70 million on Balogun. Just go and get the real deal. Balogun scored 13 goals last season in League One. Only scored 1 goal a game. Yeah, listen, for me, Balogun doesn't excite me. I've got to be honest, but we will see what happens. Druda says, yep, we paid West Ham 60 million up front. Really? Wow. That's good. Big up to Paul G with a super chat. Much love, my friend. Says, thanks for all your hard work, Nige. Come on, you Spurs. Thank you very much, mate. I really do appreciate it. Any super chats, memberships, I appreciate. But guys, smash that like, hit that sub. That's all I really want you to do. But thank you so much, Paul. Really appreciate it, mate. Magic says Romero will be lucky to get 30 million. I mean, I think we get more, but I don't think we get a lot more. I don't think we're going to get 50, 60, 70 million. I do think we get between 40 and 50, though, if I'm being realistic. But listen, clubs have got to be interested. And so far, I have not heard of anyone sniffing around him. So we will see. We will see what happens. Ghost to send USA also have played no one to know in the World Cup. I don't get the Balogun hype. Very true. Very true. Drula saying yo to Paul G. And Paul G saying hello back. Ronnie's in. Big up, Ronnie. Saying big up. Tonali will be done. End of the week. 90 million plus add-ons. Come on, you Spurs. I mean, if we get Tonali over the line this week, that's a real statement, isn't it? A real statement signing. Tom says Mido recommended Marmoush to us years ago. He did. Mido, absolute legend. Egyptian king. Mido, absolutely loved Mido. Even when he was really fat and played for us, he was brilliant. Absolutely loved him. So I'd love Marmoush at Spurs as well. I think that would be a great signing and a perfect signing because he's a player that can play in a multitude of different positions. Samuel's in. Says FIFA will want Argentina and their golden boy Lionel Messi to win the World Cup. Quite possibly. I think it would be good for America as well, wouldn't it? To have Messi, but we will see. Jess says Nusa left, Marmoush up front, Musa for final right now, and that's my front line. Listen, I wouldn't say no to any of them. I saw Nusa last night. He was brilliant. And as I've already spoke about Marmoush, I think he's a top player. Listen, he's not your out and out striker, isn't he? He's more of your false nine. But I think if we get the right attacking talent in, I don't think we need it. I think if we bought even a Gakpo on the left and then a Marmoush that can interchange, I think we would be breathtaking. But let's see what happens. Stephen's in, said, morning, Nige. I can't say I'm a big fan of Fernandez. However, if Robert De Zerbi believes he can build a dynamic midfield alongside Tonali, I'm on board. I trust De Zerbi. Come on, you Spurs. This is where I am, mate. I'm absolutely trusting this manager. I think he deserves it. Seeing the fact he single-handedly kept us in the Premier League last season. And listen, we need to back him. I actually think Fernandez is the perfect all-round midfielder who's only going to get better. And exactly what you said, dynamic. He is dynamic. And Spurs have missed that in midfield for so many years. We have so many players that are ponderous, that are slow, or have just got legs but can't pass the ball, or that can tackle, that can't do anything else. Now we have the all-round midfielder, the all-round package in a Fernandez, and we can add a Tonali to that. We are going to be hard to beat next season. I really do think that. Again, though, whether we win games is another question without the attacking players. Finn says if we spend big on midfielders and defenders, we then have to sell some high value players. Otherwise, there is the money. Where is the money going to come from for top forward? Romero has to go, surely. I think Romero goes. I think Sarr goes. I think Richarlison goes. There are so many players that we can sell. Vicario has to go. Dragishin has to go. So many players we can sell and raise money. So, but you're absolutely right. Listen, we need to start selling players now. As much as it's great bringing players in, we do have to start selling players. Samuel says AC Milan should buy Lucas Bergvall or Luka Vuskovic. Again, listen, whatever the club want, whatever the manager wants, I will support. If that means selling some of our top youngsters or what fans see as top youngsters, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I want success at the club I love. And 17th place finishes 2 seasons in a row. Not up to it. It's not good enough. Jimmy says, go get Sarr or Thiago or both. I like both of them again. Prem proven, and this feels like is what we're going down, the road we're going down, right? Every player we've bought so far this summer is Premier League proven. If Tonali comes, that'll be 6 players come in that have played Premier League football. It doesn't look like we're going to grab players from abroad this summer. It wouldn't surprise me if every player we sign is Prem proven. So we will see. And Nita says it all. Go find a Brobbery. Listen, we may sign Brobby. He's another Prem proven, right? But yeah, listen, good scouting, Nita. We can go out and scout players. There's no reason why we can't find the next Bobby, why we can't find the next somebody else. You know, he may be an unknown to us. We may bring in a striker that's like, what? Never heard of him. And he may be absolutely brilliant. We will see. Spurs have to do their work though, right? Steve's in. Big up, Steve. Says, good morning, Nige. The bank have been on the Lewis kids, saying there's been some unusual activity on their account in 85. Is 85 million correct? Lewis family, no, it should be 85 quid. Yeah, listen, yeah, the bank must be like, what's going on? We are spending money. Yeah, it's unheard of. Jamie says, Ivan Toney. I would take Ivan Toney, another top striker. But again, we have to be looking, right, at what De Zerbi wants. And De Zerbi's style of football is very high press. So is a Toney, though I'd love him at Spurs, is a Toney the kind of player who's going to press high? Is a Vlahovic the type of player who's going to press high? Sadly for me, they're not. But I would love both of them because they're both goal scorers. Toney again, Prem proven. Let's see. I don't see why we couldn't get Toney in. You know, people got to be looking at Tottenham now and the business we're doing, and Fernandez, and if Tonali comes in and thinking, I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that rebuild. They look like something. Let's see what happens. Stephen says, now we have the first statement signing. It should be easier to tempt others to come. Even with no European football for one season, selling the project is easier. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. United did it last season, didn't they? No Europe. They went out, bish bash boss. They smashed their new strike force, got all three players in, finished third last season. You know, there's no reason why Tottenham cannot spend the money, get the right players in, and have a really good season next year. And I agree. Other players will want to come now. 100%. Pete says, what's with the love with Mexico? I see nothing to suggest they are a threat. We are England, for fuck's sake. Man for man, we are superior in every department. I think it's more the fact they're the home side, right? They will be playing in the Aztec, which they don't lose in very often. And obviously with the heat, it's a really high altitude as well, isn't it? I think it's just going to be a really tough game, Pete. I think maybe the support might get them through. I agree, though. Mexico are not that great. But for me, it's the home advantage, the heat, the altitude could be tough for England. But listen, like I say, we've got to get through tonight first. Congo, we should beat, but we've already seen we've struggled. We have struggled against teams we should beat. So let's see what happens. Razzle says, smash a like and subscribe if you can, please. Absolutely hit the like button. It is so important. And hit that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. Jimi Hendrix says we need more. 100%, mate. 100%. It's fantastic that we've signed Fernandez, hopefully, but we need a lot more. We need a lot more. It's not going to happen overnight, and we are still short. That player Quintos, who scored for Mexico this morning, looks like a good striker playing in Al Qadish, and he's 29. I've not seen him. I didn't even know Mexico were playing. You know, I thought they were playing today. I'm guessing they are, but last night. Yeah, listen, I'm all up for us going to scout different players. Billy says if we can get Tonali and Mamouche, then in my opinion, is a great transfer window. I agree. I agree. I think for me, Marmouche would be the exciting. Like, listen, I'd love Morgan Gibbs White as well, but Tonali and a Marmouche, and then if we can add a left winger, then fantastic. I mean, we say it can't all be done in one window. So if we signed a Tonali and a Marmouche, would we be happy with that, or would we? No, we need a left winger because we have players that can play. We got, of course, we got Xavi who's back. Don't know when, but probably around Christmas time. And it can all be done in one window. Would we settle for that? Or do we want these positions filled now? For me, I want the positions filled now. I want us to go into the season really strong and threatening. And I want teams to be worried. I want other fans to think, shit, Tottenham are doing bits. And hopefully we will. Stephen says, I'm concerned that if Liverpool Or Madrid coming for VDV. He could be sold, and Romero stays. Just putting it out there. I haven't thought about that, Pete, but sorry, Stephen, but I don't think so. I think I think we will be keeping Van der Ven. Thomas says, who was Bobby? Um, and then says, I say we replace Chirpy with Mr. Blobby. Blobby is, of course, a Dutch striker who plays for Sunderland. Scored again. My buttons come on. Sunderland scored for Sunderland against us last season. And listen, he's a good player. He's a good player, good striker, holds the ball up well. Whether he's a 20 goal a season striker, I'm not sure though. Nita says it is not Mexico loving. It's about finding a striker that can feed the goal. Long time coming. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kate says, thank goodness. No more news on Delap. Only 2 goals for Chelsea at 40 million. No, no. The real deals is in. Said Mexico have only lost 2 games in 85 years. A very important fact, especially if England face Mexico in the next game. This is exactly what I mean, mate. Exactly what I mean. And is in the Azteca Stadium. It will be a tough game. It will be a tough game. Drula said left wing option, Leipzig winger Nusa. Decent. I would love Nusa at Spurs. I think he's a really good player. I watched Norway last night. I didn't realise Norway had such a good team. They're really strong. I'd love Norway to win the World Cup. I think it's unlikely. I think they've got France having in the next round. But listen, I think Norway, really good side, and they have some really good players, and Nusa's one of them. I would love him in a Spurs shirt. Ghost is saying, I don't think we should take the risk. Address the first 11 correctly. We nearly got relegated last season. No more messing around. Surreal's in. Big up Surreal. Says VDV isn't for sale. He absolutely isn't. And Steve says VDV for left wing. I heard you talking about this. Not for me, mate. Not for me. I think VDV is very good when he's running in a straight line for me. For me, he hasn't got, because he's quite a big guy, he hasn't got the twist and the turning quickly. I think he'd be quite easy. It's all right if you're putting him through, great. But I actually think for a winger, you need to have a little bit of need to be able to twist and turn quickly. I don't think BDB can do that. So for me, I would still have him as a centre back, maybe playing left back if we have to. But listen, that's just my opinion. It's a good shout, VDB for left wing. It really is, but not for me. My chat, I think, is broken down, which is a bit shocking. It may be the ideal time to finish. Guys, I'm going to pass you over to the 2 marks. If you haven't, please do me the honor. Please smash that like. It is so important. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. And guys, have a fantastic day. Have a great day. Let's enjoy it, right? Spurs are signing players. We're going big. And who knows, we may get Tonali today as well. Guys, take care. Much love. Get over to the 2 marks. Like and subscribe to them too. And as always, come on, you Spurs.